In this video, I'm just going to go through a particular question looking at the latest finish times. This is from exercise 10C and this is question 2. So it says here, consider the activity chart from 10A question 14, reproduced here on the side. Weights are in minutes and the critical time of this network is 22 minutes. So what it's saying is that the critical time, so for all of these activities to finish, will be 22. So what you want to be able to see is at this finish point here, you should have a early start time and a latest finish time of 22. Now, this question is broken up into lots of different types of questions, but all it's really asking you to do is to find out the latest finish time for each of the vertex. So, for example, it says part A is what is the latest time that the activities G and H can finish. So it's talking about finding the latest times from here. So if we're going to say that's 22, we're going to go and do a backward scan. Part B says what is the latest time that activity D can finish and still give enough time to do activity G. So all it's saying is talking about the latest finish time for that particular activity. So part C is then saying what is the latest time that activity A can finish and still give enough time to do activity D. So it's asking about finding the latest finish time for this one, and so on. And then what you're going to do is just fill in this table in part G once you've worked out all of them. So it sounds really confusing when you're reading them and it's broken up into different parts, but all we're really doing is doing this. And we've done a few of these already in class, but I wanted to go through this again with you. So the first thing, they've already told you that the critical time is 22, but I always like to just double check that that 22 is referring to the latest finish time at the finish vertex, and I just want to check that that's correct. So what we're actually going to do is first, we're going to fill in the earliest start time for all of them during a forward scan. So we know that for the start, we're going to start with 0, and then I'm going to follow through and I'm going to go up to A. So 0 plus 2 is 2, and then over to D, 2 plus 10 is 12, and then I'm going to come down to 3. So the pathway from G, so 12 plus 3 is going to give me 15. So remember, with the earliest start time, we want to find the largest duration. And as you can see, you've got G and H going into that finish vertex. So we're going to wait to see what H produces first. Okay, so now we're going to go from start down to finish. So 0 plus 3, the duration is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7 along F. Now again, as you can see, we've got 2 points coming in here. So if we're coming in from F, it's going to be 7. Okay, and then if we go from F, and so what we might do is actually go from B to E to go into that F vertex, and we'll find the longest duration again. So again, we're starting at the start, we're going up to B, so that's 5. 5 plus 8 is 13 if we use E. So what we're actually going to put in there is 13. So now we can do 13 along activity H plus 9 is going to give me 22. So the critical time is 22. So remember that we're just going to copy that across. So I've just checked that. You don't need to do that, but I always just like to check so that I know that that's what that refers to, and it sort of gives me confidence to do the rest of it. So now what we're going to do is find the latest finish time by doing a backward scan. So the first thing that we're going to do is go up, just like the questions were broken up. So the first thing it's going to ask you is what is the latest time that activities G and H can finish. Okay, so let's go through and we'll do that. So let's do G first. So we're starting at 22, and what we're going to do is we're going to subtract 3. So 22 take away 3, it's going to give me 19. And then we're going to go up to D. So 19 take away 10 is 9. And then down activity A, back to the start. So if I did it through A, 9 take away 2 is going to give me 7. So remember, when we're going in the backward scan, this time we're looking for the smallest number. Okay, so this time now we're going to go from the finish and we're going to follow H. So we've got 22. 22 take away 9 is 13. And then we're going to do 13 take away 4 is 9. And then along C, so 9 take away 3, so C is going to give me a latest finish time of 6. Now there's one more, so if I start here at F, so 13 minus 8 is going to give me 5, and then 5 take away 5, so if we do B is 0. So 0, and it should be 0 because it's the start, but we just wanted to check that all of our calculations are correct. Now the last part of the question asks you to populate the table of activities and their latest finish times. So for activity A, we have 9. For B, it's 5. C is 9. D is 19. E is 13. F is 13. G is 22. And H is 22. So sometimes with these questions, they'll break them up, but really what we're trying to do is find the latest finish time. And we do that by using a backward scan. And remember, if you've got two vertexes that meet into, two or more activities that meet to one vertex, you want to find the smallest value that will be the latest finish time.